Sergeyevich Gorbachev.
The former leader of the communist world comes to Fulton, Missouri, 46 years after Winston Churchill first warned of the Iron Curtain. Good evening. Just a year ago, Mikhail Gorbachev was the leader of one of the world's most powerful countries, the Soviet Union.
Now he's not the leader anymore, and there is no Soviet Union.
But the legacy he left behind is tremendous, and his vision of the future is significant.
And he spoke at Westminster College in Fulton, Missouri. Lori Everett and Mike Walter are there. Did you feel like you were seeing history made sort of today?
Well, Larry, there's certainly that sense of history coming full circle, but I think that really only time will tell whether Gorbachev's remarks today will have that same place in history that Sir Winston Churchill's did in 1946.
You know, I've read where some of the people who were at the Gettysburg Address had no idea that they were witnessing history, and I talked to some of the people who watched Winston Churchill. They knew it was a good speech, they didn't know it was history, and as you said, I think it's one of those things, we'll leave that to the historians.
Certainly, when Churchill spoke here in March of 1946, he made some memorable comments. He warned of Russian expansion in Eastern Europe, and he likened it to an Iron Curtain. That was the beginning of the Cold War. Now, 46 years later, the Cold War is over, and Mikhail Gorbachev told a crowd of an estimated 20,000 people here today that there has been a change in virtually every area of human existence.
These changes, of course, did not start today or yesterday, but it is today, before our eyes, and with our participation, that these changes enter their decisive watershed phase, when all spheres of human activity, production, economics, finance, the market, politics, science, culture, and the like become integrated on a worldwide scale.
Gorbachev said several times that the future of mankind depends on worldwide cooperation. The crowd responded warmly to his suggestion that we acknowledge common global values and work together.
The prospect of catastrophic climatic changes, more frequent droughts, floods, hunger, epidemics, national ethnic conflicts, and other similar catastrophes compels governments to adopt a world perspective and seek generally applicable solutions.
The crowd also applauded Gorbachev when he called for rigid controls for the use of nuclear and chemical weapons, a peaceful use of nuclear energy, and a ban to governmental exports of conventional weapons by the year 2000. The crowd received him very warmly here today at Fulton, Missouri.
Absolutely, and a lot of the people I talked to said it seemed like it was a moment in history, a moment they won't soon forget. And both young and old alike will leave here today feeling like they have been touched by Mikhail Gorbachev. He plunged into the crowd and gave the best gift of all to a child, the memory of a lifetime.
You shake hands with him?
Yep.
What'd you think of that?
He felt soft.
He captured the affection of the young and bowled over the old-timers who had witnessed Churchill.
Both were great speeches. To me, the Churchill speech was more in the realm of the spirit, and Gorbachev's in the realm of the technocrat. But he visualized the problems we've got in a brand new world order and made a lot of suggestions about how we would take care of them. But
it was he who introduced open elections in his country.
And he gave two young college students memories they will cherish forever.
It felt exciting. I felt very, as being a part of a historical moment, it felt great. I just, it felt also a little unreal because Gorbachev is still to me a big ideal, and it's, you don't get to see people like that every day.
The gentleman was very strong presence. I had a tour I had expected to give him, but there were some very definite points that he wanted to see, and he would stop and he would ask questions, and it was very clear that he was going to stay there. So we, of course, went with his schedule and his tour.
Gorbachev obviously showing why he was such a strong leader, taking charge of that situation. Of course, Mathis gave him the tour of the Churchill Museum. And it's interesting, when he came to power, Gorbachev, in 1985, there were all the questions. Is he another Soviet hardliner? And we've come full circle. In 1992, we hear from an 8-year-old that he's nothing but a softie.
And so many of the young people here that we talked with say they consider him a great hero. They held signs saying, "We love you, Gorby. Welcome to the USA." It's been quite a day here today.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Now, we know the speech ran a little late. Was there any reason for that?
Well, actually, there was. Mr. Gorbachev appeared in no hurry to begin because he took time to shake hands, to visit with people along the way. He seemed very much like he was enjoying it. He was very approachable, and that, of course, set the whole schedule back by about 15 or 20 minutes.
Clearly, he enjoyed his stay here at Fulton.
And I'm sure the people did appreciate those extra moments.
I think so.
Thank you very much, Lori and Mike.
In other news tonight, Jackson County authorities are hoping you can